Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Boys and Girls Club Prime Talk. I'm your host, Mr. Joshua Primetime himself, Unit Director for the Peninsula Unit. Alongside with me is
Gary Ripple from the Gloucester Unit.
And we also have a special guest today, Mr. Tommy Reamin. And so we'll go ahead and get to it, Mr. Tommy. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is you do.
Okay. Like you said, my name is Tommy Reamin from Newport University. Sports is a huge part of my life. Growing up heavily, playing football. After football got done, I jumped into coaching. I guess I can say I retired now from coaching. And now, entrepreneur life, having my clothing line sitting on my chest.
Okay. Well, I mean, coming from one athlete to another, I know there's always a lot of different temptations back there, especially from going out and everybody knowing what what you've been doing and everything, and then coming back to the community that you live in. What's some of the things that you did to really stay focused on your path that you're on right now?
I gotta credit my dad for that. He, instilled it in me at a young age to stay focused. And it's distractions out there. A lot of my friends we grew up, we had the same dream. As we got older, you see guys just branching off. And I had, like I said, 100 big brothers that I saw the recipe, of guys making it to college, graduating. So I was watching what they were doing and they stayed focused. So that's kind of all I knew. It was like, hey, if you want to make it here, that's what you want. This is what you got to do. And, partying or girls or drugs or, XYZ, you mix that in, it's not, that's not the recipe for success. So I just stuck to that because that was all I knew. That's all I saw. Like I said, I credit my dad just to stay away from those temptations and just keep the vision. Like, okay, it's going to happen if I stick to the script. So that's kind of my mindset.
Tommy, how'd you come up with your logo brand?
Yeah, so originally the idea started, I had no idea like for the City on My Chest concept. I was making shirts in college just because I wanted to match some shoes, some Jordans that I had. And it was just a TR logo in every color. And then finally, I was a huge Lil Wayne fan. He used to always say, I'm so New Orleans. And I used to always say, I'm so Newport News. And I said, man, I'm going to put that on a shirt one day. So I'm in my dorm room, actually, designing it on customink.com. And I think I got the look that I want. And my girlfriend at the time was like, that's kind of corny. I was like, for real? And she was like, yeah. And she didn't know no better. She was just looking at it, and I was like, okay. So I kind of put it off the back burner for 2 years. And then, we ended up going our separate ways, and it hit me one day, like, hey, I'm going to make my shirt. So literally, I made a shirt that said, I'm so Newport News. And I've always been good on branding, so I wanted people to know that that was my shirt. So I just literally took that same TR logo and just put it at the bottom of the I'm so Newport News shirt. So for the longest, I didn't have the name City on my chest. It was just kind of, the idea of I'm from Newport News and I'm proud. And then finally I wore it out and some people started asking like, hey, can you do Norfolk? Hey, can you do Virginia Beach? And that's when the light bulb went on. Like, hey, maybe I got something here. And even then the name City on My Chest didn't come to a few years later, just sitting in the room with my friends and trying to think of the name. And somebody said City on My Chest. And it just kind of, the aha moment, like it makes sense. And it's unique, easy to remember, and it's exactly what it is, City on My Chest, which grew from just cities to now, anything that you're passionate about, cities, Boys and Girls Club, organizations, family members. So it's kind of, an endless possibility for the brand now that, anything the city embodies, City on My Chest represents.
So tell us a little bit about where we can actually go to actually find some of your apparel. Mm-hmm. And is the apparel for everyone? Does it go for sports as well, uniforms?
So yeah, we are e-commerce right now. So cityonmychest.store is the website. And I actually have, been working on getting into some storefronts when everything opens back up. But I'm in no rush, I want to do everything the right way. So there's no rush to that, online is going just fine. But cityonmychest.store is the website where you can find, we have everything, men and women's, athletic, leisure, just dad hats. Kind of, originally I started off thinking it's a sports brand, but I think about a city, it's just not sports. It's all different types of people that make up the city. So I kind of want to cater to everybody. So,
awesome.
That's great, Tom. I know you've taken this passion, you've driven it real well. What would you tell the kids about following their dreams, following their passion? I mean, you've taken it from the high school level to the college level to the pros that any athlete as a kid is striving to get to.
Yeah.
And you've taken a step away from all that now, and now you're following your backup plan, which technically wasn't really a backup plan. It was always a dream down the road. It was just kind of hidden and sheltered by the rest of it there for a little while. But now you're taking that passion and you're moving forward with it. What would you say to the kids today about being able to follow those dreams, no matter what it may be?
I'm living proof of following your dreams, but with that being said, it's a lot of hard work that comes along with it. That I didn't realize at a young age that I thought I was working hard, but I was, but I could work so much harder. And opportunities are hard to come by, so people are just not going to hand you anything. You got to go out and earn it. So for me, it's like, how can I do more? How can I stick to it? Because I just in the back of my head, I think like nobody's just gonna say, hey, here, take it. You gotta go out and earn it. So whatever you want to be, whether you can be a lawyer, you can be a coach, you can be a rapper, whatever it is, it's a lot of work that comes along with it. Even with clothing, it's not just make a T-shirt. Like the business side is a whole, it's a novel over there, business things that I'm learning every day to be successful. So school still plays a part.
Sure.
My dad used to always tell me the way you are in the classroom is the way you are on a football field. And at a young age, I didn't really understand it, but I see it now. Like I'm still a student of the game. Like every night, I'm on YouTube for hours studying other brands, studying how to scale a business and stuff. So there's no age on that. So whatever you want to do is very possible. But I think kids need to understand the level of work that it takes to get there. I mean, it's extremely hard, no matter what you want to do. So
as you grew up, who would you say you idolized as your role model outside of your dad? Because
I was blessed to see like a lot of guys make it to the ultimate level. Like my dad coached Aaron Brooks, he coached Michael Vick. So like that was a dream come true. I saw Mike Tomlin, these guys from Newport News, Virginia made it to the ultimate level. So that was always cool, but I also idolized guys who didn't make it, like the B2 Harrises of the world, who's a councilman for Newport News, like Shaw Wright, who's the assistant superintendent for Newport News. That was my principal at Gloucester, actually, my temporary principal. Like, that's success as well in its own way. It's not always playing on TV making tons of millions of dollars. These guys affect change kids' lives daily. And I look at those guys as heroes just like I do, the Aaron Brooks and the Michael Vicks and these guys that made it, the Tyrod Taylors. Like, those guys, like, what they're doing is unbelievable. Like, I mean, they are blessed. But also the preachers and councilmen, you guys, like, when you touch kids and you can change a life, that's huge. That's earth shattering to me because I was that kid that needed that. I don't know who I would be if I didn't see all these positive role models. Like, I was blessed to come up and say, hey, you want to make it? Look at these guys. And so those are just a couple of names. I could go on for days of community leaders that I met around through my father, just being around, just great men, great fathers, great husbands. So those are the guys I strive to be like.
One thing from growing up and also from what we run with one of the programs here called Back with the Manhood, we actually talk about something as far as like leadership, accountability, and one important thing is with education. What's something that you can really just tell the kids about how important education is, especially from an athletic perspective, even just trying to be an entrepreneur?
Okay. I wasn't a straight A student. I had decent grades, but I wasn't a straight A student. But I knew what it took to get to college. So I said, I'm going to apply myself. I got to have this GPA to get to college. That's what I'm going to do. Some kids will let that be, a barrier between, I don't like school, but you say you want to play in the NFL. It's impossible to make it to the NFL without going to college. So it's kind of just like, you really got to, if you're really passionate and serious about what you want, like, prove it. How, like you said, I didn't like waking up at 6 a.m. going to school every day, but I had a dream, I had a goal. And I was like, this is what I got to do. That's what I got to do. So I tell kids all the time, like, nothing should get in your way if this is really your dream. And you can't get into school without, a certain GPA. You can't get picked in the NFL without being 2 years removed. So that means you have to keep a GPA to stay in college. So it all kind of works together. And it's all about your focus of how bad do you want it. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. I mean, it's tons of help tutors and stuff that you can do. And it's not easy. Like you said, I didn't wake up and I wasn't a brainiac. I just had to apply myself and push myself towards that. So And at the end of the day, once you get that piece of paper, nobody can take it away from you. And me having degrees, like I can even put this aside right now and still use that to go focus on a way to provide, for my family one day. So I tell kids, like, without school, you're a fool. And it's kind of harsh, but it is what it is. Because especially when you're telling me you want to be this, you want to be that, well, how you gonna do that? And even on the business side, like somebody put a contract in front of you, you gotta be able to rewrite and talk, to understand and comprehend that and know what you're signing. So, that education part aspect is never going away. So even if you are a straight A student, more power to you. I wasn't, but apply yourself, find a way, seek help, because there's people out here that want to help kids. Apply yourself, find the help, and, use it to your advantage.
Sir. Well, that's all we had for today. We greatly appreciate you coming and being our special guest today. Once again, city on my chest, Mr. Tomlin, definitely greatly appreciate it. Make sure you guys can hashtag VGCVP as well. Hashtag Club Pen for Peninsula.
Hashtag GL for Gloucester.
Hashtag city on my chest.
Absolutely. There you have it. So see you next time.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming.